Hi, I'm John Biggs, and this is TechCrunch Makers, TechCrunch's show about hardware startups. We're in a little factory outside of San Francisco here, and we're going to go inside and figure out what goes on here. So we're here with Noah Minskoff of Thermo Essence. You guys are building what in this factory?
So here in our location in San Carlos, we build a family of personal portable vaporizers. And so if somebody is smoking, pretty much whatever they're smoking, we have a device that they could use to vaporize rather than smoke. And so our goal is really to help people find an effective alternative to smoking that's as enjoyable for them, but also much safer.
Okay, now you're a physician, so your goal here is to help people quit smoking and offer a safer way to smoke, really.
Yeah, I mean, not really so much a safer way to smoke as an alternative to combustion. So, I mean, we know from the scientific literature and from the research that it's really the combustion and the smoking that creates the carcinogens, the pyrolytic compounds. And, you know, vaporization is able to give people an experience that replicates smoking in terms of tactile feel, in terms of inhalation. However, it's a non-combustion event. And so the devices we make are based on studies and data and research that shows you can build systems that are free of carbon monoxide and free of combustion byproducts. And so they're safe and they're effective alternatives to kind of replicate smoking in a smoke-free way.
Okay. And this factory is right outside of San Francisco.
It is.
Why did you pick this location, and what are some benefits of being right here?
It's a double-edged sword. This is an extremely challenging place to run a business, to try to do American manufacturing, to try to employ people and build products. It's expensive for us. We have to be very efficient. We have to work very closely with other American companies so we can bring really a fully American product to the market. And this is an incredible area to do that. The people that make our springs are just across the bay. The people who make our batteries are just down the road in Newark. And so we're able to really network and leverage on the strength of the Silicon Valley and the Bay Area. We directly support 45 American companies, and a lot of them are small businesses, in just manufacturing our device. So before our product ever even ships, that's none of the stores that we sell to, or the brick and mortar locations, or the web shops here and overseas that carry our device. This is just in order for us to actually make it. So for us to bring in the raw materials and do everything we need to do here and build a Thermovape vaporizer, it took 45 American businesses to make this device possible.
And do you guys, are you funded at all?
We're not. So we're completely self-funded. When we started, you know, filing patents on our technology 3 or 4 years ago, we took turn sharing credit card payments and putting it on our credit cards, and basically figured out a way to bootstrap and get a product to market about 1.5 years ago. Had to kind of be profitable day one, and we just figured that if we brought you know, exceptional device that was made in the USA and that people could feel good about using to the market, that we would be profitable day one. And we've been able to do that and stay in business, and we've grown substantially, just controlled by our own internal rate of growth and ability to be profitable.
And presumably you could have gone into a practice or a hospital, and your partner, he's a nuclear engineer. Why this? Why did you guys choose this path to manufacture something cool outside of San Francisco?
Well, I mean, the original inspiration to do this is I lost my mother to lung cancer. She died at 55. She passed away the day before I started medical school. And so kind of initially when I got into medical school, I was very interested in why the current ways that we get people to quit smoking are such dismal failures. The transdermal patch, lozenges, gum, sprays, you know, little nicotine inhalers that just, you know, you inhale nicotine into your mouth and it absorbs through the mucosal membrane. All this stuff doesn't work. You know, it has success rates that are less than 10%. Chantrix, the drug that, you know, people take, you know, has had such bad side effects that a lot of big insurance companies aren't even covering that drug for smoking cessation. We just haven't given people a good way to quit smoking. And I felt that, you know, there is a modality here. There's a way to build a vaporizer that, as long as it is safe and efficient and effective and easy to use, that people can put down a pack of cigarettes, pick up that vaporizer, and never smoke again. And we've helped over 10,000 people never smoke again using one of our vaporizers.
All right, excellent. So let's take a quick tour,
okay,
and we'll see how these things are made. All right, I'm here with Nate Terry. You're the engineer behind these parts. So as you explained before, all this stuff is recycled, but what goes into making one of these vapes?
So our primary material that we use is aluminum. All of our aluminum is sourced from U.S. Manufacturers. It's usually Alcoa. Aluminum makes up 90% of the device. The rest of it is Delrin or Teflon or stainless steel spring or a porous ceramic or a structural ceramic.
So walk us through some of these machines. Let's take,
Yeah, you bet.
take a quick walk.
So this is our machinist, Harry Hoffman. He is master machinist and knower of all things mechanical and machine-like. Right now, I'm not going to interview you, Harry, so I'm just telling him what you're doing.
And what are these machines here?
So specifically, these are called Swiss screw machines.
Okay.
Really, really high-end, very precise lathe that's, CNC controlled. You can have upwards of 9 axes on these machines.
And you make parts like this, right?
Correct, yeah. It's capable of making a part like that out of solid bar stock in literally around 50, 60 seconds. And then it can repeat that process within a thousandth of an inch hundreds of thousands of times.
Okay.
So it's lights out machining. You can set it up and you can walk away and you know that your part's going to be good.
And these are covered, they come out covered in oil just because
Right.
that's how you're cooling it.
Right, absolutely. The lubricant and the coolant is a vegetable oil. So
Okay.
this is a very, very highly refined and filtered vegetable oil that is recyclable, also very expensive, but it has the right properties for what we're machining, and it's also environmentally friendly. So this is our back wall. This is where detailed assembly happens. What we have here are individuals that are trained in the specific assembly of each heater inside each of our devices in our family. Each of these designs is different. We basically build very clean heat sources, and we tightly control the assembly and the manufacturing so that we can ensure that we aren't imparting any unknown materials into that. At the end of our assembly process, for our detailed assembly, there's nothing that we can take out and measure with a ruler to know that it's perfect. Only the human eye can really tell you if each part is perfectly assembled together, and there's no replacement for an individual that can do detailed, finite, very small assembly processes and make sure that it's correct every time.
So again, all this stuff that people think is usually made on a robotic assembly line is actually, there's a lot of handwork and a lot of
Absolutely.
human beings have to touch this.
Absolutely. The only robotics in our business is in the manufacturing of the single raw parts. After that, it's all hand assembly and hand finishing.
And how many people work here?
It varies from 7, we have around 7 full-time salaried employees, and it can go upwards to 17 to 20 if we have a big rush. We bring in part-time people. So we try to be flexible and lean, and we do that with part-time. So this is our assembly line. So after we receive the raw parts and we have the detailed core assembly on the back wall, we take each of the components and assemble them and package them and complete the kit. In this process, there are multiple steps where we test it over and over again. Each fit is tested, all the cosmetic checks are done, and the final green light, red light, is it good to go out the door? Check is done, it's put in a package, and then it's sent over to shipping.
They go into these jars, which you guys are sourcing where?
So these are Jack the Jar Man. It's an American manufacturer, so we basically try to do everything. We source everything from American suppliers.
This is one of my favorite things. You told us
Yeah,
that
so
these
this is
are
an example
little
of,
comment cards, I guess, or tell
right.
your friends.
So we're trying to avoid shipping anything that just goes straight in the garbage. So the idea here is if we perforate a little banner, it's not just a banner, they can tear it apart and give their friends our website.
Now, does Jack the Jar Man know what he's making jars for?
I think Jack's all right with it.
All right.
I think he's okay with that.
Have there been any fairly memorable customers, somebody who got back to you and said that this has changed their life?
Absolutely, absolutely. Honestly, we've had no less than 5 people, at the point of tears, because they've tried to quit smoking for years and years, and they're in a situation where they've exhausted all their alternatives. And so, at the end of the day, you check off all your options, be it gum or Chantix or the patch or whatever, and a lot of them end up at vaporization. And we've helped thousands of people quit smoking. That's a great source of pride for us.
And where can people find out more about this?
So it's thermovape.com, just like it sounds. And we're there. If you call the number on the website, we pick it up and we take care of you.
All right, perfect. Thanks a lot, guys. This has been TechCrunch Makers. Thanks for watching.